Hey YouTube, Joe Boy here. So, guys, the chapter snuck up on us. Definitely. I didn't intend to post a video shortly before the release of the chapter, but I just didn't know that there was going to be a chapter, so I guess you guys get a double upload today. But for those of you who don't know, yes, chapter 845 of One Piece has dropped. So, check out that chapter before you check out my first reaction to the chapter, or else you will get spoiled. And so, let's talk about it. My god, this chapter was so good. A lot of you were extremely hyped from the last chapter, and to be honest with you, I wasn't quite at that level that a lot of you got to. But for this chapter, man, the way it was written, especially at the end, where you see Luffy struggling to try and stay in one position while all of Big Mom's forces are, raining down upon him. And a little bit earlier in this chapter, we really got a full perspective of what Luffy is facing right now, which is that if you combine the bounties of everyone that was trying to take down Luffy right now, man, the situation literally looks hopeless. And all the while that we're seeing this, we're switching back and forth to Sanji and Pudding. Sanji basically affirming that he has given up, that he does not see any way that he can do what he wants to do in this situation, that he can just only go with the flow. And then at the end of this chapter, says to Pudding that he will marry her tomorrow. Not gonna lie, dudes, man, when that happened, got some feels. And I just want to go ahead and say this now. Never at one point in time did I believe that Sanji would marry Pudding. Never, not once. But now, Oda got me thinking about it. I still don't think it's going to happen, but the fact that even it's now a thought in my mind is something that is really a testament to how well written this scene is, if it is in fact true that Sanji will not marry Pudding. But anyway, guys, beware of the Pudding x Sanji shippers, because they will be out in full force for the next, until Whole Cake Island arc ends. But anyway, guys, there are some really important bits of this chapter that I want to discuss that may not be extremely obvious when you actually read the chapter, but I think honestly supports further my general idea that you should not trust everything that you hear about Big Mom. That Big Mom's reputation and the rumors about her go far beyond what she is actually capable of. I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but the entire beginning of this chapter emphasized the fact that there is a lot of lies about Big Mom. I actually discussed this in the video and I called it speculation at the time, but it's now confirmed that Prometheus and Zeus are homies, and that Big Mom can control the weather because she has weather homies. This has absolutely nothing to do with whether or not she's angry or not. All she needs to do to create a storm is tell her weather homies what to do. Go find Straw Hat Luffy and make a storm. Whether or not she's angry or not has no relevance to whether or not she orders them to do something. And to further emphasize this, while Prometheus and Zeus are wreaking havoc where Luffy is, we see Big Mom. And Big Mom does not look angry in the slightest. In fact, she looks quite joyous, which is interesting given the fact that Luffy just defeated one of her sweet commanders, something that we are led to believe should piss her off a ton. Let's take a moment and go back to what Pound said in chapter 843. Charlotte Linlin created a storm which was supposedly the physical manifestation of her rage. This is now confirmed to be a lie and a rumor that apparently all of the residents of Whole Cake Island and Topland believe. And given this example and many other examples of Big Mom's lies at this point in time, then don't be surprised if things that you hold true now about Big Mom, the script is flipped on them and they are revealed to also be lies and rumors. I'm just saying, guys, why is Oda specifically writing in things to be completely contradicted later in the story? And so this leads nicely into some lines that we learned about Big Mom in the middle of the chapter, which its purpose in the story is to further affirm your current opinion of Big Mom, that she is in fact an evil person that needs to be taken down. We get some conversations, it looks like between Big Mom's dwarf daughter, as well as Big Mom herself. They talk about knives and then killing people, etc. And guys, I'm not taking the bait, and I don't think that you should take it either. And so the last thing that I want to talk about in regards to this chapter is, guys, it really does seem hopeless for Luffy at this moment. He is going up against too many people all at once. He's too tired, he's too handicapped. There's no way that he's going to single-handedly take on all of Big Mom's subordinates right now and win. It is not going to happen. So we're left with only two options. Luffy gets help, or in some way finds a way to get out of this situation. I'm voting for the latter. I honestly think in order for Luffy to survive, Big Mom's Viver card will have to play its ultimate role in the story. Which in the short term looks like, keeping in mind that the Viver card allows Nami to control the homies. Prometheus and Zeus are homies. So Nami using the Viver card could control, even more than she does right now, the weather. I wonder what Big Mom's subordinates' reactions would be to Nami taking control of Big Mom's, at this point, seemingly it's kind of rumored to be her ultimate weapon. I definitely think that that would cause a little bit of concern on the side of the Big Mom subordinates. And then at this point in time, it would be the perfect opportunity for them to realize that Nami had one of Big Mom's Viver cards. Viver cards that no one on Whole Cake Island is allowed to have. I'm just saying, guys, that I think that the Viver card will save them. I don't think that Luffy is actually going to leave this spot. There's a lot of speculation out there that Luffy and Nami will end up getting captured, which I definitely can see as a possibility, but at the same time, Luffy needs to uphold his word, and in order to uphold his word, he needs to stay where he is. In order for him to do that, he needs to not be killed or captured by the Big Mom pirates, which means there must be some other solution. And so some little tidbits at the end, it's pretty much, I feel like, further supported that Luffy and crew would actually need to confront Big Mom directly in order to get the handcuffs off of Sanji. But again, I want to emphasize this as well, which is that we're led to believe that they would explode if Sanji tried to leave Whole Cake Island. But at the same time, with the question about whether or not things that we've heard about Big Mom are lies, whether or not she creates lies in order to hype herself up, it could be extremely true in this case that the handcuffs don't actually explode, that's just a rumor that people hold to be true because they're not willing to question the logic because they believe Big Mom to be capable of doing something like that. Just some food for thought. And lastly, as far as Sanji is concerned, yes, I do believe that he has given up in the short term. Right now, I believe Sanji sees no way of winning. But this is One Piece. Sanji will return to the crew, no questions. And so at some point in time, he will have to come to some conclusion or find some sort of solution that will allow him to break through his current doubt. So in regards to my earlier theory, I still believe that it is that is still what I believe, which is that Sanji will in fact save himself. He will not be saved by the Straw Hats. But first, he must come to understand that he is in a situation that he can overcome. But how exactly he will come to this conclusion, I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, guys, tell me what you think about the chapter. Let me know if you noticed anything from it that I haven't noticed. Like the video if you liked the video. I'd appreciate it if you subscribed. And as always, dudes, have a wonderful day.